Hey everyone. This past week I have not been writing as much as I should be. Maybe like 100 words here or there. Since it's the weekend, it's pretty dreary out. So I've got a candle lit, I have my tea made. I already went on a walk with Ginger, so my hope is that she'll be good and not interrupt this whole time. I'm gonna put my headphones on, get to writing. I have a scene from the male main character that I've been kind of percolating for a little bit, so I'm gonna be working on that. Still first act. What's tricky is that I think there's some parts of it in my notebook. If I've already written it, I might as well make some tweaks and write it out rather than writing it again just for the sake of it. Like, let me worry about that again for second draft. That's the time. I'll probably be pulling out my notebook, taking a look. In my notebook, I have the different scenes I've already drafted, kind of written out at the top. Just to give a broad idea of like where it's supposed to be, and thinking about like all the different story beats when I was in the process of writing. Because sometimes what would happen is I would wake up and instead of doing morning pages, I would be like, boom, ready to go and start writing a scene. Or the other way it would go is I've spent like all day working on the computer and I just can't do it anymore, and I would rather just lay in bed and watch TV and not write. But I would at least say, Carmen, like put aside 10 minutes, open the notebook and just write. And usually I'd end up writing for like another 30 minutes on top of the 10 minutes and getting a lot of words in. At least I think so. It's really interesting, the difference between handwriting your scenes and typing them out. And that's okay, because as long as I'm getting the words in, right? But that's also something that I've really had to give myself permission to do, which I know sounds really weird to say, but a lot of the times I would be, and I don't know if it's just like my poetry mindset, but yeah, I would get a spark of inspiration and sit down on my computer and write out a poem. Or maybe I'm standing in line somewhere and I'm quickly jotting it down in my notes app. Or I would open up a notebook. But a lot of the times, because it's so self-contained, at least in the beginning of its creation, of getting the poem down, it's not as overwhelming to be putting it in multiple different places all over the place. As long as I can find it, right? As long as I haven't lost the poem, I'm good to go. Yeah, that's the main thing. It's just giving myself permission to use the tools that I want to, create my own little rituals for my first draft. Talking to the camera and giving myself kind of like a little pep talk too helps a lot. So I think for right now, as my tea's still really hot. Okay, never mind. I was gonna be like, until my tea gets done / cold, I'll keep writing until bed. Yeah, I'll check in after. All right. I have an idea of what is going to spark between them, what the conversation is going to be to some extent, but I am really excited to continue writing this scene in the meet cute and just seeing what happens. Like, what are these characters going to talk about? What is going to happen? So it's pretty exciting on that front, because I'm also getting entertained. even though I'm the writer, I'm the author. I should have more of an idea. But the way I think of it too is that for a very, very long time, I considered myself a pantser and not a plotter. I do still consider, or what's the other term, which I did really like for pantser? Oh, gardener. I like the idea of being a pantser / gardener and just kind of throwing my seeds out and seeing what grows. I literally did that with my garden this year, which has been very interesting, I will say. I think I have 10 tomato plants, which I was not expecting. So I just kind of like the idea of seeing what is going to grow, flying by the seat of my pants with a dash of planning, right? Even though I have the beats, and I'm just using that as a way to know what I'm supposed to be hitting and when, but it doesn't have to necessarily be super strict where I'm like, well, if it doesn't meet the formula, I'm not going to write it. No, that's not the case. It's just a matter of following the path, and if characters decide to diverge or anything else, it's totally okay. I'm kind of excited to see where they're gonna lead me. I hope you enjoyed this little writing vlog as I continue to work on my first draft. I'll follow up with another writing vlog soon. Thank you. Enjoy October. Bye.